Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and showcase how my teaching methodology works. It's based on learning the kanji families. There are about 350 kanji families, and when you learn what they are, then it's a lot easier to A, know the pronunciation for their onyomi, and B, it helps you just learn the kanji in general and see the kanji for what it really means. And there's a lot more to it than it seems. So let me go ahead and demonstrate it for you so that you can see. So this is the first family that we're going to be looking at, and we're going to focus on the left half. The left half of this family is a picture of an aggressive hand. Now, to picture this a lot more easier, imagine looking at the left half as the palm of your hand. So this is a picture of a hand, and this represents the aggressive hand. Now you'll notice that the second kanji, the left half, is exactly the same. It's a picture of an aggressive hand. So these two families are pretty easy. They're both aggressive hands. Now, here's the next one. Now for this, we're going to look at the whole kanji here for this family. And on the left is a picture of someone with 2 feet, and he's standing on one leg. Just imagine that. And this means person. And on the right hand side, it's a picture of a hand with a piece of rice sticking onto his hand. So I call this the sticky hand kanji. So you have person and sticky hand. And this means attach, because the rice is attached to the person because it's attached to his hand. So far we've got the aggressive hand on the left, aggressive hand on the left, then we have the person, and we have the hand with the piece of rice that's sticking to it. Now I know that you're probably wondering, what are these other things on the right side of these two boxes? Don't worry about them too much for now, because they're part of the family. They're family members, I would say. And I'll show that to you in a very short time, just after I get done with these two things. So, let's look at this one here, the whole kanji. So, this is a picture of a kneecap on top. So, imagine the box as your kneecap, and below is your foot. That's your foot. And then on the left side is the heel of your foot, and the front is the tip of your toe. Why is kanji made this way? It's a good question. Kanji is made this way because a long time ago, they would use sticks to draw these pictures, to illustrate these signs. So you'll notice that kanji looks a little bit, kind of stiff, or edgy, I guess you can even say, boxed, that they were using sticks. So if you can remember that, that helps. Now on the right side, we're going to look at the right half of this new one. This is a picture of literally the head of a kid, and his arms are sticking out, and he's just running around. And this is child. So let's review these 5 kanji families really quick. So, first one here, on the left half, we have the aggressive hand. Second one, it's a repeat, aggressive hand. We've got attach, which is a picture of person and sticky hand. Here, this is a picture of below the kneecap. The kneecap's right here. And this can mean, foot, and this can also mean leg. That's what this picture is. And the last one here, picture on the right half, is a child. Great. So what I would usually do after explaining this is that I would have my student tell me what each of these things are. Give me an explanation so that I know that they also know what it is they're looking at. So I would switch, and I'd be the student, and I would say, Professor, what is this kanji family? Like, what do I have to focus on, and what is it? So So we're gonna run through that really quick in this video. I'll give you about 10 seconds to answer each one, and I'll just pose the question as a professor, or a student. So, starting number 1. Alright, professor, so what is this kanji family, and what am I supposed to be seeing here? Oh, okay, I see. So it's a hand. Got it. That makes sense. So just look at the palm of my hand, and that's what it is. Okay, great. Second one. Oh, the second one's exactly the same, so I guess I don't really have to ask you about that. Okay, no problem. Okay, cool. Alright then. So, what is this next kanji family? Like, what is that? Oh, okay, so interesting. So this is a guy standing on one leg, and this means person. And then this is a hand with rice, so attach. Okay. Oh, cool, cool. Alright. Got it. Awesome. What's this one? This one looks really weird. Like, what am I looking at here? Huh. Wow, I would have never imagined that. So they use sticks to make this, and that's why this is a picture of a kneecap. Wow, if I wouldn't have ever noticed that, because it does not look like a leg, but I can see the picture now that you say it. Cool. Okay, finally, what's this last one, Professor? Okay, cool. So it's just really a picture of a kid. Got it. So you've got the kid, the leg, attach, aggressive hand, and aggressive hand. Cool. So these are 5 of the families. Now you might be asking, what does this matter? How does this make me learn kanji faster? Well, now we're going to go to explaining why. I'm going to show you something. This is why. Now don't be too overwhelmed. Let's start here. I said that all these kanji were separated into families, right? So this is the family name for these kanji. I color-coded it so that you can see how they all correspond. So once you know the family for this is sets. The next one is sol. You have fu, you have sok, and we have shi. So they're all combined, or they're all, all of these kanji that have the same property, they all have the same family name. So let's go ahead and actually go through one of these things so that you can see how learning kanji becomes a lot easier. So we see here the family head. Family head is what we were identifying earlier. So the family head is the aggressive hand for these ones. Family head for the next one is attach, which is the sticky hand. And then here it's below the kneecap, which is a leg. And the last one is child. Everything else are new pictures, new ideas. And the idea is 1 + 1, family head plus family member equals the meaning. And then we also have a reason to explain. So, what is this on the right? The other half. It's a picture of an axe sticking out from a tree trunk. Okay, so aggressive hand and axe. So it means break. And the reason? When someone cuts down a tree, it bends and then breaks as it falls down. Okay, so switching to the professor. Professor, why does this kanji mean break? Please tell me. Whoa, okay. Cool, cool. I got you. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We have sets again. The whole family. So we have the aggressive hand on the left, and the right hand is to put out. There's a picture illustrating to put out. Meaning is clumsy. This is made from mountain emerging from the ground. When someone puts out their hand too quickly, they drop things and are clumsy. Okay, let's switch. Okay, Professor, what is this kanji here? And why does it mean clumsy? Oh, wow, that's interesting. So that's how they saw it, huh? Aggressive hand and putting out fast. Cool, cool. Alright, switching back. Here's the next one. This is an aggressive hand and ripping out an ear. This on top is an ear, below is blood. This means take. Reason? Taking it, or taking out the ear, blood is coming out. There's a historical connection with pulling the ear of a cow, which is considered an item. Connection with pulling the ear of a cow, which was considered an item. I kind of put that twice. But this is really very simple. You're just taking something by ripping it off. Alright. Let's switch. Professor, why does this mean take? What's the meaning and what's the logic behind this kanji? Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Alright. So let's look at the next one. We have two kanji here. We have stand on top, and we have woman. It's a woman kneeling down and praying below. So aggressive hand, stand, and woman. This means contact. Stand represents a male member that's erect. Contact represents making sexual contact between a man and a woman. So this represents, in a way, this idea of sexual contact. Alright, Professor. What is this kanji? And why does it mean what it means? Wow, that's pretty dark. Is there a lot of, stuff like this in kanji? Switching over to Professor mode. Yes, there is a lot of sex, and there's a lot of violence in kanji. Just a disclaimer. Alright, so let's do the next one here. We have an aggressive hand, and what is this on the right? It's a stick digging in a field. And there's a hand here, and it's using the stick to dig in a field. This means search. Searching for something in a field with a stick. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I think you guys might be getting the hang of this, so I'm only going to give you 5 seconds to explain some of these because these start getting easier the more you have practice. So, here we go. Professor, what is this kanji and how should I look at it? Why does it mean search? Oh, wow, really? It's just a hand with a stick searching in a field? Okay, cool. Awesome. Next one. So we have the aggressive hand on the left, and on the right, what this is pounding food in a bowl with a thick stick. So below here is a bowl. On top is a hand with a mortar. This is mortar and pestle when you grind food, to make it really kind of grainy so you can eat certain things. Turn it into a powder. So the aggressive hand, it inserts this thick stick into the bowl so it can grind whatever food that they're going to eat. So it represents the idea of inserting from how food was ground up into pieces before. Switch! Okay, Professor, what is this kanji and why does it mean insert? Like, what's the logic behind it? Oh, so it's just because you needed to insert, the pestle into the mortar and basically grind up food before, so insert. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so next one here. This one here is, on the left is the aggressive hand, and on the right is a picture of, here, this is a hand holding a broom. So this means sweep. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. So let's switch. Okay, Professor, I see the aggressive hand, but what the heck is that on the right, and why does this mean sweep? Awesome! Wow, that's cool. Like, it's just a broom, so it means sweep. That's totally cool. Well, wow, I'll remember that. Okay, then. So, let's move down here. Okay, so now we have attach, which is a picture of the sticky hand and the person. So, piece of rice is attached to the person's hand. This is already something we went over before, so I don't think we even have to really explain it again. This was already done before. Let's look at the next one though. So this is attach. I'm gonna actually change this to attach. All of these here. Because attach is the picture of the person and the sticky hand. So this just means attach. So we have attach on the right, and on the left we have a hill. And what does this also mean? It means attach. And it refers to a small hill attached to a mountain. So this also means attach. Don't worry too much about the differences between these two. You will see them as you go through kanji, so don't worry about it for now. But they're both attached. Okay. So, Professor, what is this? Attached to attach? And why does it mean attach? Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't know why they have an extra one. Is there a reason for that, Professor? Like, why? Switch. Okay, so the reason why they have some of these kanji that seem kind of repetitive is because, well, for one, they kind of have them because they were from the old day and they didn't get rid of them. And also, sometimes they have a little bit more of a connotation to nature. So this one has the idea of attached with nature. So sometimes you'll see repeats of certain kanji, and you might wonder why they exist. Don't worry too much about it. They're pretty easy to kind of understand anyways, and it won't mess you up at all. It'll be pretty obvious when you're reading what means what. Okay, let's move to the next one here. We have attach below, and on top, this is bamboo. This means tally. The reason? Bamboo sticks joined together to tally up things. Now it just means tally. You know when you tally things up, and for every 5 things that you tally, you cross everything together? Think of it like that. They also used bamboo as a way to tally things, especially because it has notches on the tree itself. So anyways though, switch. Okay, Professor, so what is this thing on top of attach? What is attached to attach, and why does this mean tally? Oh, okay, cool. So that's bamboo, and like they use it to count things, so to tally. Awesome. Alright, so let's get to the next one here. Here we have attach. And then, what's that surrounding it? Well, it's the building. And attach and building means government center. So, this is a building that is attached or has ties with the government office. So, government offices, they were attached to each other because they deal with the government. And the government is a network. And basically, those buildings that had connections with each other was a reference to the government center. All right. So, Professor, why does this mean government center, and what's attached here to attach? Whoa, the government? Are you serious? That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Alright. We're getting there. So here's the next one. So we've got attach. And then we've got building and meet. Building and meet. So the building obviously is here. And then we have meet. And this means rot. Why? So, this is a play on the corruption of the government office. Oh, so look at here. This is the government center, or the government office. And it's basically government office with just meat underneath. So this actually is a picture of the meat of the government office. It means rot. A play on the corruption of the government office. Corrupt was also seen as food that would decay, hence the kanji for meat, which represented to rot. Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds for this one here. Okay, let's switch. Professor. There's attach I see in the middle, but there's a lot of things here that's kind of like all over the place. What is going on? What does this mean? Please help me. Why does this mean rot? Whoa, that is so crazy. Corrupt governments, huh? Whew, I guess, governments were corrupt back in the day too, huh? Interesting. Alright. So we're almost done here. Congratulations. You've gone through about 12. I say that because there's 13 minus 1, because this one is for the header. So here's number 13. Family of Suk. So below the kneecap, I think we've already, went over that one. So you understand this is below the kneecap. This is your leg or your foot. So here meaning is leg. So we don't have to worry about that. But let's go ahead and look at the next one. We have below the kneecap, which is leg. And then we have person, which means urge. Why? Person is trying to push someone to move, to start doing something. Urge. Alright. Switch. Professor, what is this kanji and why does it mean urge? I mean, I see the leg and the foot, but what's going on here? Oh, okay, so it's like somebody's behind the leg and he's pushing him. So that means urge. Cool, okay. Got it. Oh, that's not too bad. Alright. So here we are. We've got child and we have woman. Okay, so woman. Child is the family head. That's what you see all the time here. And you see woman on the left. So, this means like. So, children and women are protected in society because of their likability and charm. So, really a picture of a child and a woman means to like. Switch. Alright, Professor. So, what is this kanji? What am I saying and why does it mean like? Whoa, really? Wow. Okay, cool. I see. So it means like. Great. That's awesome. Alright. And the last one here. So we have child on the left now. It's on the left, but still child. And on the right is a picture of a tunnel, but more accurately, it's a birth canal. It's when a child gets born and they go through, the tunnel or the birth canal to be born. And this by itself just means hole. So this is a hole where babies are born of. This also was the same Chinese character that the famous philosopher Confucius's name starts with. So it can also refer to Confucius. So that's a little extra tidbit, but you don't have to worry too much about it. But this just means hole. So, alright, last one. 16th kanji. Alright, Professor. So, what is this kanji and why does it mean hole? Wow. Wow. So it's the idea of someone being born. That makes it easy. Alright, cool. Alright, and congratulations. Speaking of birth and being born, well, here is, kind of like the beginning or the idea of, you know, learning the kanji. Seeing the kanji a different way, looking at it differently. Let me go ahead and I'll do a very fast review to share with you guys what you've learned so far. So first, you've got a child and the birth canal. This means hole, from where children would be born. We have woman and child here, and means like, because women and children were liked. We have a person and we have a foot here. Somebody's pushing someone, so this means to urge. This is just a foot based on the pictograph, so foot or leg. This one here is the government office with meat, so it means rot, a play on government corruption. We have building and attach, which represents government office or government center, because government buildings had a network. We have attach and bamboo, which means to tally. They would attach bamboo together to tally things. We have attach and hill, representing hills being attached to mountains. This just means attach. Next one up here is just attach because it's a person with a piece of rice attached to their hand. So attach. This one here we have the aggressive hand and we have sweeping with the broom, so it means sweep. We have the aggressive hand and you have the pestle and mortar, just pounding, so to insert. You have the aggressive hand and the hand with the stick, searching in the field, so it means search. We have the aggressive hand and we have stand and woman, which represented sexual contact. Now it just means contact. Now here we have the aggressive hand and ripping out the ear. It means to take. Here, aggressive hand and to put out. So this means clumsy. And last one, we have the aggressive hand and the axe, which means break. Because when you cut down a tree, it bends over and breaks, right? So there you have it. You've just learned, 16 kanji very easily through my special method. And this is something that, I've taught a lot of students with, and I've had great success teaching people very quickly and very fast. If you're interested in being able to learn more and maybe even work with me, let me know. Send me a message. Below, I also gave a link as well to a special flashcard link using Quizlet. And you can use this to even test your ability to see if you can remember the kanji. It should be a lot easier now that I broke it down for you. I hope this has helped you. And if you like it, just let me know. Send a comment, put down your feedback. I'd really appreciate it. So without any further ado, thank you again for joining me. And here's to you and your journey forward to learning more and more kanji. All right. Have a great one.